Pastor Cynthia here. I hope you had a great week last week and that you're pressing in for more of God and being inspired and encouraged with maybe a new book that you've added to your devotional. I'm excited to hear all that God's doing for you. You know, yesterday it was clearing up from after the rain, and I looked up in the sky and all these white, beautiful, fluffy clouds were up there. And it jogged my memory of something really fun we used to do with the kids. We'd all be in the house and someone would yell, "The sky!" and everybody would run out to the front of the lawn. We'd go, it usually was around sunset, and the sky was filled with pinks and purples and blues, and someone thought it was beautiful, and we'd all stand on the lawn and talk about how pretty God's creation was. When the kids were really little and all 7 of us were there, I'd ask each one of them, "What color do you see? What color do you see?" Just last week, Brian and I were on a walk with Savannah, our daughter who's home from college. We were walking by this house that had a ton of roses. We stopped and we were all smelling the different colored roses. Her dad said, "Savannah, come smell this one. It smells like perfume." And then I noticed this red one that didn't smell very good. We all stopped and took time and looked what God created for us. We've always done that. We've always brought to our children's attention God's creation. He created everything for us because He loves us so much. Everything He created, it could have been the same. It could have been boring and bland with no color at all. We wouldn't have known the difference. But He took time in the detail because of His special love for us. Do you know that you are God's favorite and that He did all of it because He loves you? In Psalm 33:5, it says, "The earth is full of His unfailing love." You know, we can forget about that right now, that the earth is filled with God's unfailing love. But this week, mamas, on your walks with your family, I want you to look up. I want you to look at the trees and the birds and the flowers and take your time and take in God's love for you. Do you know that when we recognize God's love for us, then we're able to receive God's love for us? Let me say that again. When we first recognize God's love around us, then we're able to receive it. You are your children's teacher. Do you know that you are the one that teaches them about the tangible love of God by nature around them? I believe that all through the Psalms, the reason why it talked about the heavens and the earths and the skies and the stars is because David was an outdoorsman. He was a shepherd, and he wrote so many of the Psalms from his observations of God's love, His majesty around him, because he was out there looking at it. This week, mamas, I want you to take the time to look at all that He made for you because of His love for you. For your kids this week, I have a really fun activity. I want you to go on a nature scavenger hunt with them. Your preschoolers will love this, where they take a piece of paper that you've printed out or made yourself, and they check off flower, tree, water, whatever they see on their walk, and you help them to notice God's creation around them and His love for them through it. You know, you can do this, mamas, even if you have little babies. Last week, I took River, my granddaughter, who's about 11 months old, for a walk. The whole time I talked, the entire time, "River, look at the tree. River, smell the flower. River, look at this." You know, I don't know what she really could take in, but I always taught her the entire walk to look at things and to see things. Halfway through our walk, I noticed a ladybug on the ground. I picked it up and I let it crawl on my hand for her to watch. The ladybug then jumped onto her hand and was crawling on her hand. She was mesmerized by it. She loved it. And then the ladybug flew away and she looked at me like, "What just happened?" And I said, "Bye-bye, ladybug." And we laughed together. She was able to take in God's creation. You see, I want you to remember what we focus on, our babies focus on. What we see and appreciate, we teach our children to see and appreciate. We need to teach them God's tangible love for them by the nature around us, the beautiful things that He created for us to enjoy. I just want to remind you this week, we're all cooped up in our homes, to get out for a walk and really notice those things once again. We could kind of get in a rut, and I really want to encourage you, take those babies for a walk and teach them about the love of God that's around them. God bless you guys.